everyone, welcome back to Ria's collection and let's make this most amazing Thai mango sticky rice today. To make this dish, the main ingredient here is this Thai sweet rice. It's also known as glutinous rice, sticky rice. It comes in different names. This is what I found at our grocery store, and this is a product of Thailand, and that's what you actually want to look for when you buy this. So I have washed the rice in multiple changes of water, and now I'm going to soak it for about 4 hours. So while the rice is getting soaked, we are going to prep a few things or a few components to make this dessert come together. So the first thing that we're going to make is this crispy mung beans. So I am going to, clean a little bit of mung beans, also known as mung dal. I'm going to wash it up and then we're going to cook it. So I have some water in this pot and I'm going to add the washed and cleaned mung beans into it. And I am going to give it a swish and then cover it with a lid, and I'm going to turn on the heat and let it come to a simmer. So as soon as you start to notice that the water is simmering, we're going to turn off the heat and cover the pot back with the lid, and we're going to set that aside for exactly 10 minutes. Time it, okay? And then after 10 minutes, this is how it's going to look like. The beans have swelled up for sure. And now I'm going to drain it completely, and we need to dry it out on paper towels like this. Just spread out the drained mung beans onto these paper towels and let it sit for like maybe 5-10 minutes for all the extra water to get absorbed by the paper towels. I'm just spreading it out with my fingers. If you want, you could use a larger strainer and just let the water drain out completely. So now that the water has drained out completely, we are going to pan fry the mung beans. So you need a small skillet here, and we're going to transfer that drained out mung beans into the pan. And we're doing this on a medium heat. You don't want the beans to dry out quickly and burn. We want it to be nice and crispy so that it adds a lot of texture to the dessert in the end. So add all of your drained out beans. And like I mentioned, make sure you're not doing it on a high heat. Keep the heat on a medium. So give it a quick stir, say about 30-40 seconds. It might feel like it's sticking to your spoon, and that's okay. And maybe about like after 30-40 seconds, we're going to drizzle a tiny bit of oil. I have used avocado oil here. You could also use canola, vegetable, or any other oil of your choice. So mix it up well, and the oil will also help it get crispy really quickly. So keep mixing, and this process might take about 4 to 5 minutes, and somehow I feel my camera didn't capture the color as it was changing. So it'll go from that yellow mung bean color into a kind of an slightly opaque golden brown. You don't want it to be like a proper golden brown. You definitely need to stop it before that. You will also notice that the beans will start to pop a tiny bit as it dries out. So taste it and see, and then you can stop cooking as per your desire. So let it cook for about 4 to 5 minutes on a medium heat and keep stirring it. So the beans have now been cooked, and I think you can see the color better here. It's a nice golden in color. So I'm going to set that aside. So the rice is ready. It's been soaked. The beans is also ready. And now we're going to make a nice salty coconut sauce. So to make this, we are going to make a rice flour and water slurry. So I had some rice flour in that white container, and there was a little bit of water in this glass jar. I'm just mixing the two together to form a slurry. A slurry is something that you use to thicken liquids up, okay? So the slurry is now all ready. It's a very small quantity, but it does the job. So mix it up well, make sure there are no lumps. And now the other ingredient that we need to make the sauce is this coconut milk. This is one of my favorite brands. It's not a sponsored content or anything. I'm just sharing with you one of the best brands of tinned coconut milk in the market. So into this pan, I'm adding that measured amount of coconut milk. And we're also going to add a little bit of salt. Remember, this is a salted coconut sauce, all right? And now we're going to add in that rice flour and water slurry. I think I should have used a smaller, wider little bowl. I think I might just use a spatula to scrape it all out now. So when you're doing it, do it in a smaller, wider bowl, okay? It'll be easy for you to scrape the whole slurry out. So get it all out. You want all of it because only then will this coconut sauce thicken up the way you want it to be. Yeah, so now that's all out. I am going to turn on the heat. Yeah, and make sure you mix it up really well before the heat is on because the rice flour is going to thicken it up. Okay, so if you don't mix it really well, it can catch at the bottom and get thickened here and there. So once it's all mixed up nicely, turn on the heat. And I'm doing it on a medium flame. And keep stirring as the sauce thickens up. This dessert is actually a very easy one to make. It's just that it has a few components and they all come together like really quickly. So just because you see a lot of things going on, please don't think it's too difficult to make this. It's so rewarding and this dessert is one of my absolute favorites ever. So the sauce is thickening up really well. You can see that the coconut milk is boiling. And give it a good 15-second boil. The rice flour needs to get cooked out. I think this is good. It's thickened up fairly well. So we're going to turn off the heat. And I'm going to transfer this into a bowl so that it can cool down completely. So pour that salty coconut sauce into another bowl. And set that aside. And this is the best part of making this dessert. All of these components can be made ahead of time. The toasted mung beans can be made up to 1 month in advance. So if you plan to make this dessert, just plan accordingly. The next step is to steam the soaked rice. And for that, I am going to use my bamboo steamer. And to do that, we also need a muslin cloth or something similar. So this is my paneer making cloth that I always use. So these are the two things that we need to make the rice. So we need to wet the towel and then wring it out really well. So the rice has been soaking for about 4 hours now. And the next step is to drain the rice completely. And once it's drained, make sure you tap the strainer a couple of times so that all of the extra water is removed from the rice. So as you can see, you might think that the water has all come out, but the more you shake it, you'll notice that there's more water dripping out. So keep doing that until there's no more water that's left in between the rice grains. I think we're good to go. So now I'll show you how to prep the steamer basket for steaming your sticky rice. So the cloth is now wet and I did wring it out really well. So spread the cloth onto your basket And now spread the drained out rice onto your fabric. And make a small hole in the center. It's just so that the steam will get through all of the rice and there's no, uncooked bits of rice in the center. Now we're going to bring the towel in from all sides and we're going to cover the raw rice completely with this wet towel. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of space around this little bag of rice, and you need that and you want that space so that the steam comes through the basket into the rice and gets cooked evenly. So I have this pot of water that's been boiling, and now I'm going to place my steamer basket on top of it and let the rice steam for 20 to 25 minutes. In the meantime, I promise you this is the last component that we need. So while the rice is steaming, I usually go for like 25 minutes. So towards the 20th minute, let's add some sugar, some coconut milk, and we also need a little bit of salt and another fun ingredient, and one of my favorite, a pandan leaf. If you don't have it, don't worry. If you have it, make use of it, okay? It adds a lot of good flavor to the sauce. So we're going to bring this to a full boil and then turn off the heat immediately. So start making this sauce around the 20th minute of rice being steamed. The thing is, if you make it ahead of time, you just have to reheat it. You want the sauce to be really hot as you mix in with your hot rice. So if you want to make this ahead of time, go for it. Make sure that you reheat it just before you mix it into the rice. So you have to time that accordingly. It's come to a boil. So I'm going to turn off the heat and then get to the rice. The rice has been steaming for 25 minutes. The coconut sauce is nice and piping hot. So we're going to combine the two. So I'm going to transfer the steamed sticky rice, it's really hot, be careful, into a mixing bowl. The rice is cooked out really well, all of the grains are separate. And now we're going to add in the coconut sauce that we just made with the pandan leaf in it. So keep the pandan leaf aside and then pour the sauce. And we're going to combine the rice and the sauce really well and do this gently. The rice might look like it's clumping up, but then it breaks out really quickly. So you mix it all up and as you can see, it's very soupy at this point, right? So what we're going to do now is cover it with the lid for like 20 minutes. Then you come back to it and mix it up once again. And if you think there's a lot more liquid that's pooling around still, cover it one more time and set it aside for another 10 to 15 minutes. So this is the first time that I have checked. It looks like the rice has absorbed pretty much all of that liquid and it's only been 20 minutes. So I think I am good to go. I'm not going to keep this aside for another 10-15 minutes because there's no liquid that's pooling on the sides or at the bottom or anything. So the only step that's remaining now is to plate it and eat it. So let's get everything ready so that we can plate this dessert. So I am using a ramekin here. This is totally optional. You don't have to do this step, but if you want it to look a little nicely presented, you can spoon in some rice into this ramekin like how I'm doing and press that in. Since it's sticky rice, it's going to take the shape really well. Press it in gently. You don't have to use a lot of force. This is how it's usually served at restaurants here, so I just want to replicate that at home. So get a nice plate out now, and I'm going to get the rice to come out of the ramekin. All you have to do is just put it upside down and just shake it. The rice is going to come out easily. Just like that. And now remember the salty coconut sauce that we made at the beginning along with the mung beans? We're going to use a little bit of that, about a spoonful, on the top. You can let it drip down the sides or just stay on the top like how I'm doing. It's totally up to you how much you want to use. A spoonful is a good amount. And now we're going to use that crispy mung beans as a garnish on top. Sprinkle as little or as much as you like. And now we are going to bring out the star of the show, or the dessert, which is nothing but a good quality ripe mangoes, just like this one. So I like to slice them on a diagonal and then place them all together like this because it makes a plate look really pretty. I hope you enjoyed this video and I really hope you tried this recipe at home. Until next time.